Welcome to the Plumb Podcast. I'm Rosalee.
And I'm Sarah.
And we are the Plumb Collective. Are you the kind of person who wonders how the magic trick was done? Does it feel like a trick? To know the details solidifies the feelings. The sensations often don't make sense without the details, but I trust the sensations without the details. Most people can't find the details fast enough. It takes them years to sort through what I feel in an instant. You are zoomed in looking for strict definitions. It takes you a while to learn to play the game. How to zoom out on your whole life, how to let the pieces fall into place without slamming them in there, without overworking it, without cutting something off so it will fit. When the detail fits the sensation, it's effortless. It clicks in an instant. No delay, no defending. An exhale might be the only acknowledgement you get. It just feels true. We demand to pin down magic. We want to know the trick. Okay, I'm telling you. You know the details. You have gotten so used to the sensations, you've mislabeled them. You have to listen to yourself to decode the puzzle of your life. Are you the kind of person who wonders how the magic trick was done? Does it feel like a trick?
Well, I loved that. Is there anything you want to say about it?
Thank you. No.
I just want to hear it again and again. Like, I want to read it. This one really feels to me like, well, I didn't get it all on the first listen. I want to take your recommendations when you do photo readings where you say, listen to this when you're in multiple moods. Like, I really feel that. Listen to this recording again and again. I'm like, okay, I'm in. I'm going to hear it again. And I don't know. I'm not sure that I have a whole lot to say about it because I'm just like, huh. And I'm wondering, does it feel like, oh, you wrote something or no?
Yes, it does feel like that. I mean, I say this all the time. My least favorite way to learn is when I'm frustrated and I feel like I wrote from a place of being frustrated. Like, okay, fine, what is it? And like so I do think I wrote something quite amazing. And yet it came from me being like, ugh, annoyed. So that taints my feeling of it a little bit because I'm like, oh God, okay, fine, but I do think it's pretty great. And it is interesting to me that I was like, well, pick any prompt and you just whatever, something can come from nothing. To know the details was my prompt. I could have gone any direction with that. And the fact that I ended up with a very directive, like, okay, this is what you do then. All right, here's the answer. It feels like I proved my own point to myself. You could literally start with squirrel. You could start with anything and write something that is meaningful. Just pick something and express yourself. Say something. And then something will be there eventually. There was a sentence where I was like, oh, this is not where I thought I was going. Okay, here. Most people can't find the details fast enough. I was like, all right, well, okay, we're doing this. That's my personal experience. I feel something. I know what I'm feeling. I know exactly what I'm sensing. I know the sensation. And I tell someone, whatever it is, and they're like, no, because they're trying to cram some very narrow idea of what they think I'm saying into what I'm saying, which is not what I'm saying at all. So it often takes people years to understand what I'm saying because you have to expand your view of yourself, literally zoom out from what's right in front of your face to the whole timeline of your life. To then be able to just have something bloop, right in. It's effortless, but most people feel like they have to effort and struggle and strive and try and make it happen. It squeezes all the joy in the life out of it. But if you can just be cool and like go, oh, what is that? I don't know. What could that be? Something will come to you. And it can happen in an instant, but it often doesn't. It often takes people a long time. The nature of the thing can happen lickety split. I've never said lickety split, but it can. What takes the amount of time is the resistance to the ease of it happening. And that gets frustrating to me because it's like, could you just play the game that I'm playing? But people don't know what that game is. So we made the diner so people can know what that game is. We made Plum Practice so you can practice it gently and incrementally. So we're playing it right now in that you know all the details, but you have to express them out so that you can see them, so that you can understand what even is there, to then have that moment of like, oh, and sometimes that's all it is just an exhale. That's all you get. And it's the most satisfying thing in the world, but people don't realize it because then they want to. Do you need to know how the magic trick works? Do you feel tricked by it? Then you're not playing the actual game. So that's what I have to say about what I wrote.
I want a like I've already said this, but I want to listen to it again. I want to see it.
Yeah.
And that line about the exhale really stood out to me in the moment because it felt like so simple and also so good. I think you've used the phrasing clicking in, like just clicks in and you just know. I feel excited about this. I do want to respond back to when you said this came from a place of frustration and like it tainting your experience of it. And I definitely hear you and I understand what you're saying. And when you said that, it felt to me like the frustration was, I guess I've used this metaphor in the past, but if you're at an airport and there's those conveyor belt things that you can step onto, that's what it felt like the frustration did for you. And I know it's your least favorite way to learn things. I don't know how many times I've heard you say it. And I'm like, well, good. I don't know. That's my reaction to it.
I guess it's kind of like I'm doing the thing that I'm writing about that people do. That's why it's frustrating. It's the human thing, it's a human condition. So relating it to a magic trick is helpful to me because, yes, when I watch a magic trick, I do want to know how they did it. But that doesn't ruin it for me. I think for some people it ruins it. It's like, well, I don't want to know because I want to live in the fantasy. I want to know because I want to enjoy the artistry of the behind the scenes of it is really cool to me. But there are some people that are like, I was tricked. That person was not cut in half. How did that, And so it's like thinking about it that way. Like when you watch a magic show, how do you feel about it? Do you think it's ridiculous? This is ridiculous. I'm not having fun at all. I hate this. It's horrible. Okay, well, you're not going to have fun with what I'm talking about then because you're too tight. You feel like somebody's out to get you when I'm saying, look over here. I'm pointing in this direction in a reading or if I'm, connecting with someone and just talking to them. I'm going to feel something because you are emanating it. You're putting it out into your stink. Like it smells. It's all over you. I'm getting it. People receive us even when we don't know or think that they do. That's part of how we connect with each other. So if somebody said, it's like, oh, are you having a hard day? No, I'm not. I'm fine. You don't want to think that somebody can see something or sense something about you that you don't know for some people because they feel like that they're getting a one over on them or whatever, when it's actually an opportunity to just see yourself from another angle and go, oh, what am I doing? What am I saying? What am I putting out that is received by someone? Then you can get an opportunity to like really be clear with yourself and your frequency and who you are and how you feel and what you want. But we're pumping it out all the time, haphazardly. Plum Practice gives us practice to know what it is that we are feeling and thinking and sensing. It's practice for all of it.
You're right. I agree with you. All people should do Plum Practice. You need it.
Yes. I mean, it's a simple thing. It's so simple. I think one of the things I was feeling when I was writing was like, yeah, people journal, but people don't come back to it. That's where the magic is when you come back to it and you have this opportunity to hear yourself, see yourself, witness yourself from a point in time. It's not the whole thing. It's just one moment. And then to go, oh, what was happening in that moment? And to not have that be the whole kit and caboodle. But I don't know why I'm saying lickety split and kit and caboodle. But they stack up and you can look at one moment as the whole thing. If this writing was the only self-expression I've ever done in my whole life, and this is the only way anybody would ever remember me. If I thought that going into it, I would have written something very different. This isn't the only thing I ever wrote. It's not going to be the last thing I ever write. But if it was, the people could study this forever and, wonder what the fuck I mean. But I'm telling you, literally to be like, okay, we demand to pin down magic. We want to know the trick. Okay, I'm telling you. I'm literally telling you. Did you hear me when I told you? Because I told you. I'm going to tell you again. You know the details. You have gotten so used to the sensations, you've mislabeled them. You have to listen to yourself to decode the puzzle of your life.
Do you feel like, can you give me an example of just, I mean, make it up, hypothetical, or don't tell us if it's real,
Okay.
of somebody mislabeling something? I want an example.
Ooh, that's a good question. Yeah, okay. This is a common one. People will think that they are the asshole. Like, I am bad, I'm wrong, I'm the problem, when they have been surrounded by people who do not receive them. And so, yeah, you feel like you don't belong, but you don't belong not because you're not one of the group, but you don't actually want to be a part of the group. We'll mislabel things about us as bad, negative, wrong, not good, when we just haven't been witnessed and received. And we can learn to do that for ourselves so that we can get a clear, realistic, honest version of who we are. Because when we're relying on external people to relay that information to us, it becomes distorted through their lens of who they are and who they think they are and their limitations. And then that gets projected onto us, and we get a skewed version of ourselves. So that isn't a very simple answer, but that's the truth of how I feel. People mislabel who they are as bad when they just haven't been received.
Oof, that's a good one. Off the top of your head.
Yes. And then maybe a simpler one would be like mislabeling anger, thinking that I mean, it's along the same vein of thinking that you're angry or that you have a problem with anger when really those are signals where your boundaries have been crossed, where things have not felt fair or good or right to you. To listen to those moments not as something that needs to go away, but something that is alerting you. If that sensation is mislabeled, you're going to try to get rid of it instead of listening to it.
And when you do photo readings, if I'm understanding it correctly, you feel the sensation that somebody else is feeling, and you give it different language than they're probably giving it. Maybe. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. No,
and so you're providing a different way to experience the sensation that they experience.
yes, that's my belief. I've done it enough and I've talked to people enough about it after the fact that I legitimately am feeling a sensation that you experience in your body. I'm experiencing that sensation, but I just don't call it the same thing you do. Because when you're experiencing it, you're so used to it. You really have mislabeled that sensation because you've had to live with that feeling. So you call it something to just live with it. But when I come in and sense it, I don't have all that baggage, that history, that needing to live with it. I can sense it and go, oh, that shouldn't be here. Or why is that here? Or what is this? And I'm coming into it with curiosity and with a blank slate. So for me, those sensations really stand out. And I can really tell when someone has very much mislabeled what it is that they're experiencing. That's where the work is, to like not feel bad that you have made something livable, to go like, no, I'm proud of you that you've done that. And now you're at a place where you can start to correct that and make that be something that you don't have to live with, that you can integrate it in different ways, or, get rid of certain parts of it. Not all of it has to stay, but when we're not skilled in sensation, we lump it all together, and then it all gets thrown into one thing, when actually there's a lot of nuance to sensation and to feeling. When you can start to untangle those necklaces, you go little kink by kink, knot by knot, and you really can parse apart the parts that do feel good to stay and the parts that you can release from yourself.
So good. You're kind of on fire right now.
Well,
What else can I ask you? Well, okay, you were like rereading it kind of, and then we stopped because I interrupted you to ask you something. Because, oh, yes, I asked you to give me that example. So, what's the next piece? We're doing this.
Okay, I'm telling you, you know the details. You lived your life. You have all the memories, all the details. Even if you forget them or whatever, remembering is not required. It's your life. You know the details. You have gotten so used to the sensations. That's just true. You feel how you feel inside of your body all the time. So the loops that you go on are common. It's the water you're swimming in. It doesn't feel like anything because it's just always been there. When I'm pointing to something, you're like, what? I don't even know what you're talking about, because it's so common that it doesn't stand out anymore. But for me, just entering into somebody's energy, I'm like, whoa, what's that? And you're like, what? I don't know what you're talking about. So there's a period of time of like, just not even knowing what I'm talking about, even though I know that you know what I'm talking about. That can be frustrating for me, because I'm like, it's right there. I wouldn't know it if you didn't feel it. I wouldn't be pointing it out if it wasn't there. So, like, it is there. And so it's like, to just be playful in the exploration of it, to be like, okay, Rosalee told me to look for this thing. Don't look so tight, zoomed in on something, but to be like, well, what could that be? What could that be? It will show up. But it's like somebody scans right in front of them and go, I don't see it. And then they give up, and it's not fun. And it's just like, ugh. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure. That doesn't seem right to me. I don't know. It's like, okay, uh, it's so not fun when it could be really, really fun. And when people have fun with it, it accelerates their growth so much, because it's just like, I didn't think about it that way. I never would have thought of that. Well, yeah, that's why I'm saying it to you, because you haven't thought of it that way. But it's that part that people get really stuck in, like they're doing something wrong, or that I'm tricking them because I see something they don't. So in this writing, to have that feeling of like, oh, okay, well, I'm not a magician, but like, even being a cosmetologist, people would say you're a beautician, not a magician. That thing has been sort of around me my whole life and career, that I'm not a magician. Okay, what if I am a magician? What if I am? What if I have been this whole time? Do you need to know the behind the scene? I'm telling you the behind. I'm giving you the whole thing. It just feels really good to me to have this way to ask somebody, do you like magic shows? Do you like magic tricks? Do you like that? And how, do you want to know the behind? Like, it just is another insight that I just didn't have before, and it makes me excited.
Yeah. I love this writing so much. Is there anything else you want to say about it?
I'm going to say it once straight through. You know the details. You have gotten so used to the sensations, you've mislabeled them. You have to listen to yourself to decode the puzzle of your life.
Yeah. And then, wait, what came after that with the puzzle pieces?
Oh, that was before.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind then.
Do you want me to read it quick?
I just want to hear the whole thing again. Yeah, I do.
Okay, I'm going to read the whole thing. Are you the kind of person who wonders how the magic trick was done? Does it feel like a trick? To know the details solidifies the feelings. The sensations often don't make sense without the details, but I trust the sensations without the details. Most people can't find the details fast enough. It takes them years to sort through what I can feel in an instant. You are zoomed in looking for strict definitions. It takes you a while to learn to play the game, how to zoom out on your whole life, how to let the pieces fall into place without slamming them in there, without overworking it, without cutting something off so it will fit. When the detail fits the sensation, it's effortless. It clicks in an instant. No delay, no defending. An exhale might be the only acknowledgement you get. It just feels true. We demand to pin down magic. We want to know the trick. Okay, I'm telling you, you know the details. You have gotten so used to the sensations you've mislabeled them. You have to listen to yourself to decode the puzzle of your life. Are you the kind of person who wonders how the magic trick was done? Does it feel like a trick?
Thank you for reading it again. I love it. Some more.
Thank you. I had tears in my eyes when I was reading it this time.
Yeah. It feels very like declarative. It feels like you're speaking from a place of sureness of what you know, which you are. So that's why it feels that way.
Yes, I do. I feel really certain about this.
Yeah. Well, is there anything else you want to say?
No, thank you so much.
Well, thank you for sharing it. I just love it. And I feel excited about it.